We're very proud of her. Well, we'd better be off. We have a bus to catch. We set off again. Clover and Elsie were still looking at me worriedly. I was smarting, but I knew old Mrs. Burton didn't mean to be offensive. Bah, I said. Bah, bah, bah. They looked at me as if I'd gone mad. Then Clover chuckled. You're being a poor little lamb, she said. It was a silly joke, but they all laughed heartily with relief. It was awkward waiting at the bus stop. Several other old ladies looked at me pityingly, shaking their heads and tutting to themselves. And a little kid, Billy's age, said loudly to his mum, Why is that great big girl in a buggy, Mum? She hissed at him to be quiet, which made him ask it even louder. Then a girl in Clover's class at school joined the queue with her nan and stared at me, open-mouthed. What's up with your sister, Clover? She asked, right in front of me, as if I couldn't hear what she was saying. Nothing's up with her, said Clover, going pink. She's just had an accident, that's all. I was getting a bit sick of all this attention. When the nan wasn't looking, I pulled a ferocious face at the Year 6 girl, crossing my eyes and lolling my tongue. She veered away from me, panicking. It cheered me up a little. Here's the bus coming at last, said Izzy, sounding relieved. I'd better go first, girls, and ask him to let down this ramp thing. But the driver sucked his teeth at her. Don't think it's possible, love, he said. What? You must have a ramp, said Izzy. Oh, yes, I've got one all right, but I've no space inside the bus, see? I got 3 buggies crammed in already. You'll have to try the next bus, he said. But that's ridiculous. Can't the buggies be folded up? Surely my daughter takes priority here, said Izzy indignantly. Sorry, love. It's first come, first served. There'll be another bus along in 10 minutes, he said. This is outrageous. I shall report this, said Izzy. Report all you like, dear, said the bus driver. Come on, folks, on you hop. So they all filed on, and we were left helpless at the bus stop. What's it? Said Izzy. She used another word beginning with W instead of what's it, a word that was strictly forbidden in our family. Clover and Elsie giggled in astonishment. Well, he is, said Izzy. He should have insisted those mums collapse their buggies. They could easily have had their babies on their laps. What are we supposed to do? I can't very well sit with you on my lap, Katie, now can I? And what happens if the next bus is full of buggies? And the one after? Well, if they won't let us on the next bus, then we'll just have to walk, I said. It's too far for you to wheel yourself. Your hands won't hold out. You'll get blisters, said Izzy. Then maybe you'll all have to take turns wheeling me, I said, though I'd always wanted to show I could wheel myself independently. Oh, yes, Katie, let me wheel you first, said Elsie, though her little stick arms could barely make me budge. But it didn't come to that. The next bus had a much nicer driver, though he kept up a stream of patter that was annoying to say the least. But I made myself smile because I could see he meant well. Oh, here comes little Queenie in her chariot. Hold your horses, madam, and I'll roll out the red carpet for you, he said. He operated his ramp, and I managed to shunt myself up it by myself, though I was a bit scared I might tip backwards. There were buggies in the wheelchair space in this bus too, but a mum immediately darted forward and collapsed hers so I could just about squeeze into the space. I was horribly aware of people staring at me. It seemed so awful that I couldn't go anywhere anonymously anymore. People would always be peering at me, even if it was simply in sympathy. I felt my cheeks burn. I didn't want anyone's pity. I wanted to go back to being ordinary Katie again, where no one gave me a second glance, or if they did, it was because I was mouthing off or had a fit of the giggles. I even felt suddenly angry with my own family. I didn't want Izzy to be so gentle and forbearing with me all the time, patiently ignoring me when I was tetchy or mean. I didn't want Clover and Elsie to treat me as if I were an angel on a pedestal.